Hi guys. So somebody asked me not long ago on a comment is how do I do my chip paint effects? So I thought I'd show you. So what have I done with this model so far? So I painted up the colour scheme that I want, because obviously you know that I'm building a Krieg army, so I'm trying different variants of camo patterns that I've copied from the book, which I quite like. So I've done the base coats, I've painted in the camo, I've painted in what needs to be silver. As part of the base coats you sort of pick what colours need to be put in, so good bolt gun metal, Adaptus battle grey, and I think the other one was like a light grey, Adaptus light grey or something like that. I can't remember actually what it was called, and red and bits of gold and stuff. So all my base coats are done basically, and then what I do is I go over the whole thing with a mixture of, and I suppose this is literally, you take a tub like one of these for example, a little ink tub, and I mix 50% Bader Black and 50% Devlin mud, and then I coat the entire model in it, and then I leave that to settle. Then I go around and pick out what reds, put in the reds and the yellows and stuff like that, so for my headlights and stuff. Okay, so that's done. Then what I do is I take this, which is a graphite pencil, which you should be able to buy in any art supply shop, and I just literally run it along the edges and build up a patina. And then once that's done, the thing is, I know for a fact when I spray it, it's going to dull back down, so you're not going to see it. So, but what it does, it gives me enough to work with. It gives me like the rough edges of where metal's starting to wear through, and where the tank's been either sliding against stuff or has been hit and stuff. So what I do is I take bolt gun metal, which you can just see there, if I can get that to focus. There you go, bolt gun metal. We all know what that is. If you paint Games Workshop stuff, you'll know what bolt gun metal is. And I normally use a brush about that size, so I'm looking at, I don't know, a base coat brush. Always make sure that it's nice and pointy, ready to go. I like to stick it in the old gob, and just to get a fine tip to it, which is always handy. Right, so I'm just going to close in on that so you can get the tank in. Let's have a look. So have to excuse me about this. I've got a camera to one side and I'm looking dead ahead at the tank. It looks like it's in focus. Looks like it's in focus to me. Okay, so what we're going to do is, there we go, we're going to take one of these panels, because these panels tend to get chipped first, so it's quite erratic, and as you go down, leaving gaps, and you can sort of just bring it in there, sort of thing. This is all about the painting, I suppose, really, because the great thing about big panels are you're going to lose lots of paint around here, especially around where the rivets are, because obviously they're the things that get replaced quite a bit or moved. So I tend to just take away around the rivets. Now this is a really quick and easy way of doing things. You don't always have to take the rivets away. You can break up the pattern somewhat like that. Don't know if you can see that well really. I'm hoping that that's in focus. Today for some reason my camera does not want to focus properly. You're not actually seeing that, are you? Let's go a bit wider. There we go. So we just zoom in on that, make it a bit tighter. There you go. So that's the effect that we're looking for. So we're just taking it around the edges where the paint would naturally come off. And remember, these are all panels as well, so you know, they're going to take a bit of damage. And straight away you can border it. It looks quite nice. And the headlights, you always take the edges as well. It's not worth doing the centre of the panels, because you're not really going to lose that much. If you really want to go for the centres, you can do like scratches, which are quite good. There we go. So that's how I do it. So we'll try it with the other side again. So I'll just move the tank there, and we'll do it again. So just to show you how easy it is. And obviously we don't want to try and replicate too much for the same look on each panel, so we will literally just break it in like that, and then again at the top there, and we can bring it round here, like so. Take it around a rivet. You tend to find if it's more erratic, it looks more natural. If you try and make it a bit too professional looking, or a bit too neat and tidy, it doesn't look as good. You literally have to let the brush do its own thing. I know it sounds a bit weird me saying that really, but it's really what you need to do. And I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but I was looking on the Ford World site last night, and it's worth you going on there, because there's a download that you can do which basically gives you tips and methods on using resin, and it tells you what tools you need, and it also tells you how to deal with warpage and how to deal with flash and stuff like that. And it's really worth you downloading it. It's a freebie, and anytime there's a freebie from Games Workshop or Forge World, it's worth just downloading, because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be really, really useful information. Okay, so we've done our front 2 panels there. Let's move on to something a little bit more difficult. I'll see you in a second.